Always have to have the jam session, guys. Okay. Oh, snap. Ah! Ah! Why does it always make me go here? Fine. All right. We gotta go here. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, where am I going? I have to go up. Right. So we are currently doing, for those of you who haven't been here, we are doing Link's Past, obviously, and we have gotten all 3 pendants. We got the Master Sword, so now we're in the Dark World. And we're trying to save all the sages, and we already did 1 and 2. We're doing 3. We're doing the top left corner is where we're at right now, and I've already done some of it. I got the fire rod, but it's confusing. Okay, but yeah, that's just letting you know that is where we are at. So, yes. Chat told you to do a manual save. I know. It's okay. I promised chat I wasn't gonna do save state. I think I did save state once. But you know, once is better than the 5 million times I did it for Zelda 2. But Zelda is not fun. Zelda 2 is not fun without save states. It's impossible. Okay, I need to heal up. Oh! Heal me, fortune teller! Wow, this game is so different. Doing it normal compared to randomize. Yeah, I'm not allowed to do randomize. But I watched all the other creators that can do randomize, and I just watched, and well, I haven't been able to watch this. I've watched other games be randomized. How should I say it like that? I don't want to get spoiled. I don't even know what he said, so hopefully it's something I didn't need to pay attention to. But randomizers are really cool. They're fun things, but yeah, I can't do them. Hi, Androidio! Manager is messaging me. Oh, okay, Todd. We're getting ready to move on to the next row of hearts. I do have a lot of hearts. I didn't even notice that. People aren't knocking down any doors to move here. Wait, oh, to your area? You should move to Dallas. There's nobody more important in Texas than in Dallas. So, just saying. And it rhymes with Riley, believe it or not. Her name rhymes with Riley. How do you see the Cat Jam stuff? BTTV. It's a BTTV thing, so you have to have BTTV plug-in on your thing, and then you can see the cat going like this. You're gonna go bake? Ah! Okay, have fun, cat. I love that. I don't think I have seen him Twilight, but I have heard his name. I can't watch a Link to the Past randomizers because I don't want to spoil anything. No, Riley. It rhymes with Riley. Y'all, some of you guys may remember Riley. Riley's my twin sister. I want to move to Texas. Don't move now. Don't move now. But yes, move to Texas. We have too many people that have COVID here. Don't move here. Stay away. Stay away for your own benefit. Okay. Get out of here. Get out. Shoot! Shoot! Okay. All right. I need to... Oh, no! No! Wait. Maybe he'll take me to where I need... No, he doesn't take me where I need to go. Turd. I forgot how horrible these things are! Okay, it's okay. We're gonna leave. Because there's a certain area. I gotta go to a certain area. I forgot what area, but I gotta go. I gotta go. I gotta get somewhere. Hold on, I gotta think. Get out of here. I need to think. I can't think with things jumping around me. Is it in here that I need to go? Here, let me remember where I am, chat. Hold on. Okay, so that was that dungeon. And there's another one here. I already got the fire rod here. That's an eggplant. Hi, Ultima! Wall Masters love catching Kylie. They really do. Paula Riggs! Hello! Thank you for the 43 months! 5 more months until 4 years. Holy cow, that's been a while. How are you doing, Paula Riggs? Thank you for the resub. I connected my account to Prime, but I don't know how to sub with Prime. Oh, you're helping, I'm saying? Thank you. Hi, Dale! Hello! I'm just here in Idiots Out wandering around. Oh, Iowa. Oh, I was like, what? That's what you call Iowa? All right, hold on, chat, 1 second. Wait. Oh, Zang, you sub-gifted to Kat. Oh, thank you so much for doing that. I guess I got... Oh, it's 9 months. I'll wait until she comes back from baking. Okay. Thanks, chat. You're welcome. Oh, goodness. I think I need to go to the other... Ah! I need to go back to this area. Sorry. It's my dodge noises. Oh my god, why do I not have any hearts anymore? I came in with hearts. Aw, Silent! I want hearts. Oh, I love that tune so much. Silent, thank you for the tier 2 of the 57 months. I missed the 7-year anniversary. Wait, you missed it? Oh, it's okay. Congrats though. Twitch is a better place with you around. You're the best. Aww. Thanks, Silent. You're so sweet. Thank you, hon. Who stole your heart? Enemies. They stole my heart. I'm getting a good lay of the land. Oh, God. I think I need to fall. I think I need to fall in that hole. I think I need to... Ooh. I'm gonna get more hearts, chat. My life depends on it. I won't do it, chat. I gotta figure out where I need to go. Oh. Oh, I forgot I revive here. Since when do I revive here and not the... Ah! Dying gives you more hearts. You're right. Why did I think it was gonna take me back to the pyramid? Okay, let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. I don't want to be here. I don't want to be... Where's the exit? Where's the exit? That's not the exit. What? Let me out of here. Eh! I guess the exit's this way. Yeah. Exit this way. I think I need to go... You know that place I had such a hard time with, chat? The one where I had to move the skeleton, the statue. I had to move the statue. I have to go. I think I have to go there. Ah! But no, I don't. It's not here. Not here. That's where I got the fire rod. Maybe I have to go to... You revive at the last entrance you used. How nice! Platypus? No. I just started. I'll be okay. I just gotta remember what it is I'm doing. Okay. I'm gonna go to the other one. I think it's the other one. You have to outgame the game. Ah! This is what I want. I think. Yes. Burn. Haha, suckers. Give me that magic. I'm gonna need it in the future. Oh, I don't know why I let him hit me. Haha. Heart, please. Nope. Okay. See, I need to get to that room, but I don't think I can get there. Get away. Get away. Drop a heart. This is gonna make me die and go back to the... Ah! Okay, fine. Exactly, Eslin. It's okay, chat. I think I know where I need to go now. I've figured it out. I think. We'll see. I'm pretty confident. I'm like 62% sure. Woo! Oh my gosh. I need to get out. No. Okay, there we go. Get out the way. I love doing that. Oh, what? I totally hit him. What was that? What is that about? This guy is no joke. The one that constantly stalks me. I've had my fortune be told so many times just to heal myself. That's why I take deaths at dungeon entrances if I need to heal. That's smart. It's really smart. You finished the game recently? Did you? Did you play it for the first time? Wait, if you remember where that fairy place is in the light world, you could go there. Oh, to get some fairies? Honestly, wouldn't be bad. Wouldn't be a bad idea. I would love to get a couple fairies. Just scoop them up in a bottle. I have 2 bottles. Oh, wait, you know. Wait. Do I have a red potion? I don't. I have a bee. I should probably let the bee go. I don't know why I have the bee. Oh, wait. I can just totally sneak past that? I didn't know I could do that. Okay, let's go back to where I was. Okay. We got it. Okay. All right. This is where I need to be. I think. Man. Last time I played A Link to the Past, I owed a monkey rupees and I didn't have enough to pay him off. I haven't played since. But the monkey needs your money! How much did the monkey need? See, how the heck did I not know I was getting over here? Open. Ah. That thing is so creepy. It looks like, you know, Aliens? That movie, the old movie Aliens. Hi, Elber! Is there like a button? No. Open it. Here, hold on, let me look around just real quick. Ooh, maybe there's some fairies. Oh, darn it. Okay, there is a hole right there. Hold on, there is one thing I want to try. I did get a fire rod. Maybe I can use it. I tried to use it on the heads, it didn't work. Here, fire. Oh, it does work. Hey! It worked. Ah ha ha ha! You can't fool me, game. Ooh, wow, we are. Oh, this is all new. Oh no, you stay away from me. You stay away. Wait, what's going on? Oh, hello. What? I can't go to the right. What is this? They tempt me with the chest and I can't even get the chest. What in the world? Are you playing through all the Zelda games? Yes, I am. I am. We're doing this in release order, so we're on the third one right now. Of the event list. Hi Rock, how are you? Kylie's gamer, yeah! I mean, I figured I had the rod, so I had to use it somehow. That's how it always is. You always have to use the rod for things, boss kills. Well, you don't have to. I learned that you don't have to. Wait, he wants Link to have to special the next time he goes somewhere to eat. Wait, what, Shanghai? When nothing else works, use fire. Zelda 2. Yep, that is correct. Always use fire. What? What kind of underground maze? What? Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. Oh god, ouch. Oh, you turd. What is going on? I'm so lost. Oh my god. Okay, we're good. Whoa, that's trippy. Ooh, these vines can't. Oh, darn it, I thought I was hiding a door. It got me. Darn. These things always scare me. I don't know what it is about them. I'm just like, haha. Okay, alright. Chest! A key! Yes! Was there a door? Get away. Get shoo. Ah! Ah! Oh god, why did I run into him? Okay, I'm safe inside my door. Yes. I'm safe. Okay, I think let's go up here. Was there a door here? I didn't even see. I don't think there's anything to bomb. Nope, nothing to bomb. Is she really, Twilight? It is good to follow your live again, Kylie. I was absent because I had no computer. No, the laptop. What? How could your laptop do that to you? How rude. I'm sorry. Welcome back, Elber. I'm glad to see you again. Okay, that didn't get me where I needed to go, but that's okay. We need to go up there. I have a feeling I have to go and fall through that door thing. Hold on, let me wait. What? Oh god, this thing's gonna kill me. How do I go back down? Oh, there we go. It's tricky, chat. Ah, ah, ah! Pop balls of fire. No! Actually, maybe this is good. This is good. I need to refresh my hearts. This is good. This is good. This is good. This is exactly what I want. Because now I need to go out of the creepy thing's mouth and go drop in a hole. I think. The hole that's over here. This is why you go explore, chat. Oh, that's amazing, but I wanted you in a bottle! Darn it! Ah. Ah. Okay, let's fall here. This has got to be good. This is somewhere I haven't been. Where is this? It's somewhere I haven't been. Oh gosh. Okay. Ooh, okay. Okay. All right. All right. No. You know, I honestly don't mind him taking me so early on. You know? Oh, what the heck? I gotta clear out the vines. You never know what's behind the vines, chat. Go this way? Aha! Aha! Wait a second. Oh! Oh, freedom! I immediately knew, chat. Oh, man. Oh, my God. What is going on? Oh, my God. No, oh, no. No. Oh. Wait, how do I get back? What? Ah! Maybe I have to, like, leave and come back in. I lost this account and I just found it on PlayStation. I had been following you for 6 years. Well, hello, General. What in the world? Welcome back. Oh my god, I would love that Twilight because that's one of the games I'm gonna be playing, and that's one of the games that whoop. Oh wait, no, I have to. I don't know. It'd be fun to play on the Switch. That's all I'm saying. I mean, I've played it before with the motion controls. People don't like it. At least some people don't like it, but I kind of liked it. Wait, no, I need to go fall in the hole. Yeah. This dungeon, I don't know what it is about it, but this one's definitely the most confusing. It doesn't even seem like it's that confusing, but it's unsettling and confusing. Crap. If there's a bee, that means there's no flowers. Or no fairies. I had gotten that room even existed. Did you? Okay, hold on. Let's be careful here. Whoa! Let's be careful here. Yes! Here we go! Okay, there's gotta be something here. Oh my god, there's a fairy. Oh, get away. I caught a fairy. Keep it in a bottle. Ah! Maybe that wasn't worth it. Well, shoot. At least I'm still alive. Okay, so it's not those 3 options. So it's gotta be on the right-hand side, whatever it is I'm looking for. Good timing. It was good timing. At least I'm getting lots of rupees. This is great. Already wasted so much, man. Oh. How did I know? I just knew. No, come here. Yes. We got a fairy in a bottle. The other one has a bee in it. I wonder if I can sick enemies on sick bees on my enemies. Yes! Streamer luck. Probably. Hi, Baz. Thank you for the 7 months. How are you? What is going on? What? Okay, there's clearly something I'm missing. Guess I need to fall. Okay, maybe it's either of those 2? Oh gosh, I don't know. Here, gotta reset again. Okay, let's go back. Happy Monday, Bass. Did you have a good day? You need to watch Gravity. I know, I wanna watch now because I wanna know what Mabel sounds like. Aw, Josh, thank you for the host. Hello. More for fuel for clips. Oh god. It's okay, I'll get like really good at this game. People will join the stream and be like, wow, she's so fast, she must be a speedrunner. It's like, nope, I just failed 500 times. No! No! I'm too slow. That green thing gets me. The little hammerhead mouse guys, whatever they're called. You're playing one of my top 3 Zelda games? Had to host. Aw, thanks, Josh. That was sweet. What is your all-time top? Oh, no. Do I lose a heart when he takes me? Did I have 4 hearts? That's platypus, by the way. Thanks, Twilight. Aw, hi, Elf. What kind of madness is this? Maybe I need to get rid of all of them? What? Let me reset. Just so I can get more hearts. Oh, just kidding. I have a fairy. Ah! Now I don't have a fairy. Oh. There's gotta be something. Hold on. By the way, guys, don't tell me what it is I need to do. I wanna try to figure this game out myself. I'll say the word platypus if I want help. That's the secret word. It's a secret word. I also think, do I want to get rid of the bee? I'm gonna unleash the bee on somebody. I'm gonna see what it does. I'm gonna unleash the bee. I don't know if I can, but get him! Yeah, get him! Get him! Wow, he does multiple? Oh God, he gets me? Oh. Wait, what's going on? Does he want me to capture him again? Oh. Oh, he's like my pet bee. Huh. Ha! Ha! Wow, that's pretty good. Cool, I have like a pet bee, guys. Can I come in with this thing? Ah! Okay, I have a goal in mind. That's not my goal. Maybe I need to push this. I didn't even know I could go off to the side like this. Okay, well, killing all of them didn't do anything. Opening all the things didn't do anything. I have to be here. Hoping for another fairy. Demand bee. I know, the bee is actually great. Is the bee supposed to do that? Because heck yeah. I kind of just want the bee to be like my guard. My bee guard. Oh, where'd he go? Oh, he left me. He's like, I thought she was gonna give me freedom. And she just put me back in a bottle. So he left me. No. Aw, man. Okay, screw it. I'm gonna fall. It didn't do anything. Wait, he can get me in the... I didn't realize he could get me in the thing. Oh, hello. Heart. I didn't know he could get me in the door. Okay, what the world? I've literally done everything. Okay, maybe I should ask for help. Platypus, what am I supposed to do here? Oh, he died to the... They programmed something like that? It's a dead end. Oh, is it really? What? Oh, man, I was trying. It's a decoy room. Oh, those jerks. Man, I thought I was getting on somewhere. Darn it. I walked around under the path I needed. Ah, okay. Okay, we'll reset here. We'll reset here. Oh, just kidding. Why do I keep forgetting I have a fairy? Ah. Oh, wait. When was that there? No! When was that there? Always? Oh. Come on, you didn't have to hit me right there. Wait, what? This is fun. I like this area. Ha ha. Ah. Ah. No. Ah. Curses! Whoa, hey, no door blocksies. Cheating. I always have to, like, be so cautious. This gives you so many hearts, though. It's pretty nice. And dangerous. Oh, you blue octopus. Oh! Ah! Ah! Okay, screw killing these guys. Ah! I'm trapped! I'm gonna get stolen. I'm gonna get kidnapped. No, I'm just gonna die. Gah! Gah! Fine. Never mind. What? How? I guess I'm like barely on the platform and that's why. Whoa, that was close. All right, don't go towards that. Ah, what is this madness? Oh wait, I have things. Burn! Oh, this is so nice. God bless this medallion. Don't you dare think of it. Okay, it's giving me magic, so I'm thinking I have to open with fire. Maybe. Fire! 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 No. What? Can I like walk in the middle? Wait a second! Fire rod! Wasting all my magic though. Fire rod. Yeah! You thought you got me? You didn't. Okay, don't. No, 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 no! Where's the escape? Don't touch me! I don't want to be a bunny! No! Oh, it goes away. Oh. Never mind. We're good. I thought I was a bunny forever. I was like, how am I gonna attack? He knocked me into the hand. I'll remember that. Sounds like I'm yelling at my cat not to jump on the table. Oh gosh. Okay, well that was risky. I had to take that shortcut. Get out of here. Oh god, I forgot you. You baby. I hope this is the only dungeon with a wall master. No! Oh no. Are they floor masters or wall masters? Maybe they have multiple names. As long as I don't have to hear the constant beeping, I'm fine. Okay, get them all in the same area. Oh, oh, I just ran into the hand. Okay, that works too. At least they constantly give me hearts. That's like really good. Except when I use them up. That's not good. Can you not shock me? Oh, why? Why? What am I doing? Ah! Here, let me just get some more hearts. Oh, ouch. I didn't see you there. Oh. My thighs are ice cubes. What? Oh, it's cold. Oh, I'm like, wait, what? Huh. I thought that was like a new way of being like, you know, I'm so fit. my thighs are ice cubes. I don't know. That was the first thing that went in my head. Like leg day, maybe. And like leg day after you have a good leg day. Your legs are like ice cubes. That doesn't make any sense, but you know. That's just what ran through my head. Okay, let's get the medallion going, guys. Come on. Haha! Burn! I gotta be careful, though. This place, I need magic. You know? Yes. We are good to go. Okay. Okay. Now we just need the fire rod. Okay. We're out of here. And then I don't know what's going on here, but guess what? Everything's dying today before it touches me. Yeah. Oh, it even made the sparkly bit go away. Is this another dead end? I swear to God. There's a lot of... No, there's not a dead end. I refuse. I refuse! This is like heaven on earth. Just constantly using this. I feel like I'm cheating, but this is part of the game. Look at that. Look at that beauty. A key! Yes. Look at me getting through this dungeon. Ouch. Ouch.
Belated 7-year thingity.
Aw, Ty! Thank you for the 10. Wah! That's a boss. Thank you, Ty. I'm scared. I have my thing. Ah, fire! Burn! Burn! Oh, burn! Oh. Oh, God. What is the spikies? Oh, whole heaven on earth? What? Who thought this was a good idea? Let's have it. The walls move. Oh my God. Oh my God. Just die. Oh my God, I'm out of magic. Maybe arrows? Well, I found the boss. Darn it. I need I wonder if I can use a medallion in there. Just, you know. I'm gonna need to be a little careful. Not wanting to use my magic because I can't, but I'm gonna die! Boss is found correct. I was doing damage. I wonder how close it was to dying. I probably could also use my sword, I'd imagine. But it looked like the fire was doing a lot of good, decent damage there. I need to, like, fill up with more magic. I wonder, there's probably more magic here. Gotta look at all the... I'm scared. I don't want to get that one. I can't. I have to kill these guys. It's the what? It's the same sounds when you encounter Birdo on Mario? Is it really? Who's Birdo? How's A Link to the Past? Well, you know, it could be better. It could always be better. You know how it be. Well, we're gonna give it a shot. Maybe I shouldn't be... Maybe I shouldn't be hitting it twice. I'll hit it one at a time. One at a time, chat. One at a time. I wonder if I should go risk it and like just keep trying to find fairies. Maybe. I think I should try. I think I should give it a good try. Like the little bushes over here. Just to see. I keep thinking the wall master is gonna get me. I'm terrified. Darn it! Wasn't there. Oh, the pink dudes with the bows in Super Mario Brothers 2 that spit eggs. That's what those things are called? That is like one of the only games I played on the NES, and I hated those guys. But then you could like jump on the egg and like pick it up and then throw it at it. I remember. Oh my god. Oh, nostalgia. Okay, guys, you're gonna have to be patient. Are nothing in here? Maybe a fairy? No? Okay. Well, we're gonna keep resetting it. Looks like the Yoshi prototype. Oh, by the way, hi Mindy. Oh wait, sorry to hear that. No, I'm just playing. It's all good. I actually am doing a lot better because I figured out where I need to be. Honestly, that was the uphill battle. That was only the second time I got to the boss. So we're actually doing great. We're on track. Come on. Are there more down here? No. I don't trust myself getting the boss and surviving. Hence why I'm wanting to see if I can find a fairy. I've been finding fairies the last couple of times, but you know what? It's probably like they know that they know what I'm doing. They know they're like, Kylie wants a fairy. Let's not give her one. Oh god. Well, I'll take the heart though. Ah. This was such a cool dungeon. cool idea for a dungeon, having you navigate through a haunted forest to find the different entrances. I didn't even know I was doing the dungeon. I was like looking around. I fell through that hole and I was like, oh no! And I thought I was gonna die, but then you're like, wait a second. And then I knew I knew I was like in something, but I knew I was in the dungeon. It like really fooled me. Tricked me good. Cause then I was like, oh, this is a dungeon, cause I got the item. Yeah, Ark, that's a good idea. Kylie wants a flip fairy. I do. I'd also take a cracker. I do like eating crackers. They're yummy. Ritz crackers are the best. Okay, yeah, let's get that magic. Or maybe I can do this. Maybe I can do this, chat. Nah, I can't do this. Nah. We gotta find that fairy. Oh god. That was risky. I need to get better at holding my... Yeah. Question. Do you think we should do it with one, or do you think we're okay with two? I got lucky, though. I find this dungeon to be probably the most unique since it's broken into parts. It's unique so far. I mean, granted, this is only my... Wait, it's not my third dungeon. It's my 6th dungeon. Because I did one in the light... I did 3 in the light world. Was it 3? It was 3 in the light world, right, guys? How about some potion instead? But that requires me to go all the way back. If you had full magic, 1 would probably be okay. Yeah, and I don't. 4 if you count the castle. Do you count the castle? Did I do the castle? I guess I did. You're right. Just kidding. This is my 7th. Okay. It's okay. We're good. We're good, because then we can get some magic back. I hope. Like, I got all of them. Look at that. Yes. Okay, I'm gonna wait to pick that one up until I use it. No. Ah! Did I get it? What? Oh, you kidding me? Don't go out. Darn it. Not really what I was hoping, but oh well. Yeah, they go out. I know, that's unfortunate. That's okay. All right. It's okay. We're good. We're gonna give it a good old try. I was preparing myself mentally. Never prepare yourself mentally. Just go. Just go, Kylie. I gotta get as much. I gotta get it. Really good at the pet. Can you get out of the way? Thank you. God, some people, man. A project! What in the world? Thank you for the tier 3 and the 72 months. Wow. And Debbie with the brain. Hi, Debbie. Project, thank you for the tier 3 and the 72 months. Mwah. Welcome back. How was your Monday? Hello. How are you doing, Debbie? Hi, Jeremy. Wallmaster's like, no time for that. That's for sure. Okay, let's get these out of the way. I hate that it uses so much magic. Give me a big magic thing, please. Yes, it listened to me. Well, I probably shouldn't have wasted all that, but that's okay. Hold on 1 second, guys. We're heading to the back to the boss. If I can make it. Whew. It's spicy up in here. Oh, look at here, we got it. Okay, okay. Gotta be careful, gotta be careful. Just go. Okay. Yeah, we got it, we got it, we got it, we got it. Yes. Fire. Fire. Fire, yes. Yes. Touching, you throw the fire at me, I'll throw the fire at you. Oh, I'm out of fire. Gosh darn it. Well, maybe arrows then? I don't think he took damage. Bombs don't look like that would be fun. I have a fairy, but what in the world? What happens when you're out of magic? Does he give me more magic? It is a bug. Oh, no. Wait, maybe I can just use my sword. Oh! All part of the plan, chat. Entertainment factor, okay? It is a bug. Not wrong. Yay! Link, because of you, I can escape from the clutches of evil monsters. Thank you. You know the prophecy of the great cataclysm. This is the way I heard it. If a person who has an evil heart gets the Triforce, a hero is destined to appear, and he alone must face the person who began the great cataclysm. So Ganon made me. If the evil one destroys the hero, nothing can save the world from this wicked, or from his wicked reign. Only a person of the Knights of Hyrule who protected the royalty of Hylia can become the hero. You are the... Oh, you are of their bloodline, aren't you? Then you must rescue Zelda without fail. Yes, I will. May the way of the hero lead to the Triforce. Thanks, Aki. Next dungeon, onward! That was actually kind of close, I have to admit. I couldn't see what y'all were saying. It's almost 4 years. I know, it's a long time. A long time. Potter's been here for a long time. Snowed in. I'm doing good, Project. I'm not snowed in, but I'm sorry you're snowed in. Unless that's a good thing. Then good. Mothra is its name. I didn't realize that's what its name. Someone call an exterminator sword. Sorry, Ark, I did not see that until now. Hey, y'all have to admit, the bug net made sense. Wonderful analysis. Thank you, Nova. If you knock him into those spikes, he takes 0 damage. What a jerk. Swords do damage with the pointy end, right? For that. Hi, King Jupe. How are you? Look how many girlfriends Link has. I know, right? So many girlfriends. Okay, let's see. So we need to go to 4. All right, let's go to 4. Get out of here. Oh my God, you took my only advantage away from me. Snowstorm. Oh, there is a snowstorm warning for New York, including Wall Street. It's a terrible time to wear shorts. Or wait, no, I messed it up. There's a terrible time for shorts. There. That was my go live joke. Can I forgot if I can do it here. I need a bigger net though. You never know. Okay, that doesn't work. Okay, I think I have to go out here the old-fashioned way. Can't catch me. Ha 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 ha. My day has been great. How is your day? More snow? How much snow is more snow? Where am I? Let's go down here. There we go. Escape! Freedom! Get out of here. Hi Christian! How are you? One good thing about the snow, you don't feel bad about being stuck in it. It is what it is. Oh, well, 16 inches. Knee deep. That's a lot of snow. We'd be shut down. Texas would like flip. They would flip. Nobody knows how to drive in snow. We'd all die. It'd be a scary moment. Okay. All right. So number 4. Number 4 is over here. I don't think any of the fortune teller dude said anything to help me, and can't remember what he said, but okay, so it's supposed to be right here, right? I see. It's in here. Oh! Look how strong I am! Wow, I already found the 4th dungeon. That was fast. Ah! Haha! Whoa! What are those guys? Those are new and slightly terrifying. Don't know what those are. Chest. Door. We're looking around now. I know how to drive in snow. Oh, God. People in the South driving the snow, is a different story. Yeah. It is a different story. Okay. This guy is like just stalking. Ah! Haha. Got him. Ha! Oh, map! Yeah, map. Okay. What is this? That thing looks weird. I'm gonna hammer it. It looks like I can hammer it. Nope, just kidding. Oh, he dropped something. I don't know what he dropped, though. Ooh, it's over here. Oh man, this is amazing. What in the world kind of dungeon is this? Oh no! No, my power. I can't see you. Wow, this is gonna get me lost in a second. Why is there so many bunny things? Uh-oh. Ooh, that could have been bad. I feel like that was a shot in the dark. Nice job. Thank you. The brothers of Lizalofos. I can never say that. Maze-ish. Last time ATL had a dusting of snow, there were accidents all over the place. ATL? Try living in Colorado. Okay, Mr. Goal, have fun. We were getting more snow up north. We thought we were done. Nope, Mother Nature sends us more. Rip. I have 999 rupees. I don't need any more rupees, game. But thank you. What in the world is the... I don't understand. I'm guessing it's gonna be a point to the dungeon. I have to turn into a bunny to get somewhere. That's what I'm guessing. Dangerous. Risky business. Oh. It's the big dungeon door. But I don't have the big dungeon key. But I found it. Am I gonna remember how to get here? Nope. Atlanta? Oh. These guys are so little. They're so cute and innocent. Well, they're not innocent, but, you know. Okay, maybe we go down now. Oh, wait. Ah! This is all anew. I still think I should have been able to fight the Mothra with arrows. That doesn't make any sense to me. Ow. Okay, compass. I'll take it. Yes. Yes. Could have already guessed that. What is the time in Texas? It's 9:35 p.m. right now. I do 24/7. Oh god, I'm too old. I can't do 24-hour streams anymore. No, we don't know how to drive in snow in the South, but we very rarely have to. Exactly. This is true. We don't have to worry about it usually. Hi, Miko. Hello. Okay. Welcome back, Twilight. Ooh, I don't need magic. Ooh, there's a door. It's a nice door. But the door just goes to here. I can't. There is that chest. Who knows? It's probably just gonna give me rupees. If I go to the top right, there's 2 doors. One to the boss room, and then one to the other rooms, which I'm thinking I gotta go. I have a feeling this is gonna be like sneaky. There's gonna be like a sneaky. What am I trying to say? There's gonna be like a sneaky path somewhere. I can feel it. Every time. Oh. The thing is I can do that. I really like being able to do that. Okay, that just goes down that way. Okay, so let's go to the right and then let's get on the top floor somehow. Okay, that just goes down. I kind of like this because I feel like if I'm a bunny, they won't attack me. I'm just an innocent rabbit. I have no keys though. That's the other problem. Aha. It's a bombable wall. What? Okay, so I need to go on the top floor of the other side. Okay. Well, why didn't you just say that earlier, game? Do I have a Bluetooth SNES retro controller? I do not. There's a Bluetooth retro controller? The heck? Here we go. Aha. Aha, I see. Yes, here we go. This will get us where we need to be. It's almost like it's a puzzle. I know. Isn't that so strange? Oh no. Oh, I got him. Ha ha! Ha! Ha ha! I got him. Oh no. It's like tempting me. It's like you're right there. Oh, I need to go use the restroom real quick. Hold on. 1 second. Give me a second. Okay, I'm back. And why? The fireball. I love that. Okay. All right. Plan B. Okay, let's see. We can't get anywhere. So, you know, it's kind of a coincidence that, just kidding, it's not a coincidence, but it is. No, it's not, because this is, okay, never mind. I was like, well, this is B2. It's not B2. Okay, ow. Oh, it's just a bunny. Okay, so this is the tricky part. There's gotta be some hidden door or some hidden objective. Is this one supposed to be tricky, chat? Is it like one of those like kind of moves where you have to like get lucky? Not really. A little, but not much. Okay, has anyone seen WandaVision yet? Orca, my friend Orca has been talking to me about that show for a while now. I haven't seen it yet, but he makes me want to see it. I'm hearing it's really good. You got stuck in this dungeon? Okay. At least I'm not the only one. You know, like, you see how they hide what's under here? It makes me feel like there's something under here. Without saying anything, am I hot or cold with thinking about that? That these bridges are secret bridges. Maybe not in this. Maybe not in this area. Just kidding! Just kidding! Haha! I tricked you, chat. I knew exactly what I was doing. Oh, wait, where am I? Oh, I need to go up. Yes! Ow! Ow! Why? How is it that every time I progress in this gosh dang game, I always have to lose all my life in the process? Must be rupees. I know. Silly me. Get him. Oh no, not you. I don't like you. You throw things at me. Oh, thank gosh. A key. Kylie's big brain. For progression, very cold. The timing on that. The timing. Oh, look at here. This area looks familiar. Can I kill the fire thing, chat? Platypus. Platypus. Can I kill the fire thing? Ah! No? Okay. Whoa, what are those things? The heck? What are these things? It's like little jelly man. Oh god, don't touch me. Ow. Ow. That's okay. Okay, now I know how to find the quick way. The quick way. Quick way to get where I need to go. Open. Okay, maybe that's not the quick way. Whoop! Oh! Try Ice Rod, but I think you can't. Oh, that's smart. If you could kill him, I'd imagine that would be the best way to kill them, using the Ice Rod. Whoa, hello. Oh, I forgot you existed. Oh, look at that. I dodged him. Ha ha ha. I'm not gonna try it. I want to keep my magic. You know what? I'm gonna attempt to blow everything up in this room. It might not work, but I'm gonna try it. It didn't work. Well, at least I can say I tried. Ah! What are these things? Oh, gosh. Keeps taking my magic away from me. Okay, this is not where I need to be. Can I move it? Maybe Kylie has a pyrotechnic. Ah, so you have to kill. Ah, I see. In order to do damage to it, it has to be out of its shell. Ah. Ow. It has to be out of its shell. Ooh, a key. No! Why did I do that? Why did I make my life harder? For progress! That's why! No! No! What is that thing? Grasshopper? Die. Death to grasshopper. What is this? Uh-oh. Oh, fantastic. Are these ropes? Are these? Oh my god! It's like in Zelda 1, they run fast to you. Come here. Haha. Wonder if I should bomb that. Alright. Well, we have to go back there eventually. No! I was so close! It's okay. It's okay, guys. We had low health anyways. Tadpole? Is it a tadpole? Didn't look like a tadpole to me. It looked like a grasshopper. Hi, Vark. Hi, Bob. How are y'all doing? Happy Monday. Okay. Let's, oh, okay, fine. Be a bunny, be a bunny. Be a bunny. It's okay. Risky. Hi, Timmy. I'm doing good. How are you? Okay. I just gotta be careful in this room. I can do this room like, whoa. I can do this room without taking any damage. You know, I can just leave. This room, however, I don't oh, never mind, just kidding. This room can be a little hectic. Oh crap. Well, shoot. Oh my god. Okay, we're gonna... This is not the ideal thing, but there's something over here. I want to know. I want to know. Can you show me? Oh, God. Please be a heart. Darn it. Ooh, you know what? Yeah, look at that! Oh no! Why do you make me go? Oh, it made me go back in this room. Oh, what? Is it invisible? What in the? This is the boss room. This is the boss room. Obviously not the boss room. It's Ganon. Oh man. Oh yeah. Hello, offstage. Thank you for the 52 months. 52 months is kind of crazy. Thank you for the laughs and well-needed distraction from the horror that 2020 brought to us all. For real. Love you, Fair Queen. Aw, thank you, offstage for 52 months. Welcome back. Happy Monday, hun. Happy Monday. You need to save a girl here in the dungeon and bring... Oh, wait. Hold on. Is that... Hold on, Glitter. I want to be able to try to figure out the game myself before I get help. But since you're new here, I usually say the word platypus, and that's like the secret word. Or I say secret word. It's just the code word for when I need help. Because sometimes I ask a lot of rhetorical questions, and it confuses chat, so I always just say platypus. Okay. I was looking something up. Nah, you're fine. You're fine. You didn't know. Yeah, so anybody that's new here, just wait for the platypus. I say it. Don't worry. There's a lot of times where I need help. I want to, like... Okay. Whatever. I'll just take one hit. Okay. Oh, no! Okay. Darn it. Okay, we gotta go back. We gotta go to this room. Of course you would touch me. Of course. Oh god, of course. I forgot about the, oh god. I forgot these existed. Ah! Oh, Spud, thank you! Give me a heart. Bud, thank you so much for a 2-month resub. Welcome back. Hello. Is it platypus or platter? What? It's platypus. Oh my god. Oh my god. Don't come over here. Oh. Oh, you got me scared for a second there, Mr. Grasshopper. Oh, you got me good there. I need to remember to do this. I wonder what bombing... You know what? I'm not risking it. I'm not risking it. I'm not risking it. They're dead to me. They're dead to me. But I wonder what this is. It, like, the window is showing. It's, like, clear that I need to go that way. Oh, bombs. We can throw bombs, too, so. Look at that. Oh, wait. I missed. So, question is, I gotta drop down there. Am I a Phineas and Ferb fan? I didn't watch a lot of Phineas and Ferb, no. It's potato, wait, wrong stream. Nova! Okay, we need to go back into the other room. I'm curious to know what happens. Oh, I killed, oh God. I was, ah! It's okay. It's alright, we got some progress. Oh no. I was trying to sneak past it, but I wasn't fast enough. I was curious to know what happens when the area is cracked. When the thing, Poison, thanks for the host. How are you doing? Hello. Unintentional, silent. just maybe if I can avoid fighting, I will. Okay, so we need to avoid where I can fight them, maybe. You know what? Even better. Just gonna kill them all. Unless it doesn't work. Oh, right. I forgot. Fire doesn't work on these guys. Gosh darn it. I wasted my magic. I wonder if Quake works. No. Nothing works against these guys. Okay. Well, at least I tried it. Hi, Poison. Thank you so much for the resub. Hello. How was your Monday? I don't like these guys. They don't take a lot to kill, though. Why don't I just kill them? Death to pink blob thing. Okay, there's like so much going on up here all the time. Taking my magics. Alright, I think we just need to go up here. See, yes. Oh God. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. Yeah. Ah. It's freaky. Gosh darn it. This thing is freaking me out. It's gotta go. Okay, here we go. Oh, it's Zelda! Link, it's me, Zelda. Don't be deceived by the magic of Blind the Thief. Be careful. That's it? That's all you're gonna tell me, girl? Blind the Thief? Okay. Wait, I think I did this. Nothing happened. Am I a Star Wars fan? Yes, I am. Aw, that's fun, Poison. Okay. Do you, just curious, do you let them win? Or are they actually good? And they kick your butt in Mario Kart? I'm just curious. Okay. Okay, we gotta do this. My brain doesn't work as fast when it comes down to those little metal movie things. Okay, here we go. All right. Okay, one down. Okay. All right, all right, all right. Okay, well, I thought it was a good try to like understand what it is you have to do. I don't know what those green things are. This time I won't. Okay. Okay, let's see, let's see, let's see. Okay, 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 okay. Uh-huh. Those are just bombs. I know I need to fall down there. Hold on, is there anything I can do to like leap over? Get out of here. Shoo. Shoo. What if I throw a bomb in the hole? Okay, it just eats it. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe if I like tear down this wall with my hammer. No. Okay. Scratch that idea. Scratch that. We probably... Let's go back down. There is that one room I'm seeing on the map. Being careful. Is Link to the Past treating you well? Yes, it has. That last dungeon I did was really confusing though. But it's been treating me well. It's been good. It's been good. It's been good. Okay, so this room, if we go down 1 and then go to the right 2, I think maybe that's where I gotta go. Oh wait, what? Oh wait, down 1. Okay, yeah. Okay, we gotta be careful here. I don't know why my brain sees this as okay, we got it. My brain be funky. Okay. Here. And then we gotta go to the right twice is my guess. Hi, Sono. Thank you for the 85 months. 85 years. Holy cow. I've only played this game once and asked me for help. You're fine. Don't worry. Hi, Sono. Thanks for the 85 months, buddy. That's it. That's where I have to go. That's it. But I died. I got too excited. Ah! Darn it. I got so excited. I found the exit. Or to the area I gotta go. F. Big F's in chat. Rip. So close. You're moving into a new place? Ooh. That'll be nice. You can decorate. I think I need to... Aw, man. I think I need to... Yeah, darn it. Okay, that thing just takes magic away, which is annoying, but it's okay. Okay, this little fireball needs to go away, or I'll just dodge. Yes, dodge, dodge, dodge. Woohoo! Okay, let's deal with this. Oh no, that's not good. Okay, okay, maybe we'll be fine. Come on, give me a heart. Hey, listen. Got him. Okay. Where are we? Okay. Okay, look, guys, progress. We're on the bottom basement floor, and this is the last place I've been to, so. How many times have you died? A bajillion times. You've had great deaths tonight. Thanks, Ola. The dragons look so nonchalant. They just look at you and go, hey, what up? I know. They're actually kind of nice. I kind of like them. Dying does put your plans on hold. It does. Thank you, Glitter. Do I have a favorite song that I like to listen to? I've always been a fan of Habits from Tuvlo. I don't know what it is about that song. Or the song from Porter Robinson. Ah, what's it called? The one with the cool anime girl and she's in space. That music video. It's so good. I get to just watch it all the time. It's so good. It's just so good. You know what song I'm talking about, chat? Sorry, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm just curious. Okay, so we can't go down, so we can only go to this way. To the left, to the left. Oh, that's this isn't nice. Oh, that's not nice at all. Oh god, they made me go all the way back to the beginning. Shelter! Yes, shelter. That's it. I really like that. Yes. Oh man, that's so hard. Oh jeez, okay. Whew. We did it, we did it, we did it. Okay, where are we? Oh god. Oh god. Oh, that's so, oh, that was risky. No? Okay. Ooh, this is interesting. Oh. This red guy's gotta go. He's gotta go. Okay. Gotta play it safe, chat. There's a... Oh! Aha. Hold on, chest first. You later. Yes, then I'll talk to you. Oh, thank you very much. You saved my life. Please take me outside. Oh, God. I don't... How the heck am I gonna escort her around? Ah! Stay behind me, princess. I think it's a princess. Take her outside of the dungeon? But what about the other side of the dungeon? What if we go this way? What happens? Oh god. Don't fall off the edge! Oh, we have to be here. Yes. Oh, what is that? You got the Titan's Mitt. Now you can lift the heaviest stones that were once impossible to budge. Yes. Wait. Aha! Yeah! Ooh! Ooh! No. No. Oh, no. Oh, ow. This is not fun. Oh. This is not a fun room. Why did I come here? Ah! It's so scary. I'm like holding my breath. Iron! Oh, thank you, Twilight. Whew. Okay, we gotta get her to safety with half a heart. We got this. God, why did I leave this room? Wait. Do I go down? Okay, yeah. Out and around. Out and around. Just gotta wait for our opportune moment. Opportune moment to strike. Come here. I wish I could just fight these things with the stupid magic thing. Come on. Why are they by the door when they know I need to go over there? If only I had a red potion. I know. I don't have one, do I? No. A waifu to the past. For real. We're collecting waifus. This is one of the games that define your childhood. Aww. So what happens if I die? Is she still behind me? Not a chance. Alright, we gotta go back and get her. Of course I wait that long and then I end up dying to a stupid spiky ball. I should have just like taken it really slow. Oh well. Alright, fine. Let's go back. What a shame. Chair! Hello! Thank you for the host. Hello. Trust your instincts. My instincts were off. Ah! What Zelda game is your most frustrating? Zelda 2. Hands down. Don't need too hard. Don't need to think about that one too hard. You know what? I'm gonna clear these rooms because it's gonna help. It's gonna just be so helpful in the future. Wish I could clear this thing. You know, there was one room. I don't like you spiky ball things at all. Okay. The only thing annoying about those things, they bounce you. Getcha. Oh. Oh, why did I do that? Oh gosh, I thought that was the thing. Oh no. Can I hit him on the opposite side? Ooh. Okay. Woo! Okay, alright. This is good, this is good. I figure I can just, I can hit those. Ooh. Look it, and I can just, hi-ya! Look how strong I am. Okay. But where is the princess? Oh, okay. I guess this is a shortcut. Look at that. Oh, thank you, Shrike. Thank you, Twilight. Have a wonderful night. What's this game and where can I buy it or download it? It's called A Link to the Past. I'm playing it on the Switch. You have to get Nintendo Online and then you can download the Super Nintendo Entertainment System thing on the online thing. And then, yeah, then you just play it. I wouldn't say it's free because Nintendo Online isn't free, but... Oh, God. Oh, darn it. I was being so careful. Come with me. Oh. I had to move. You need a sanity check from Pixie Points. What would that require me to do? So would you rank Link to the Past as far as your favorite Zelda games? Oh my god, I love this game. This is so nice. I absolutely love this. Oh, look at shortcut. All right, we have to get her out of this dungeon, guys. Pronto. This is not where I need to be. Why did I think that was the way? All right, here we go. Yes. Here we go. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. We got this. We got this. Oh my god. Woo! I don't know why, but that was very close. Okay, we gotta leave. Oh, hello. Oh, lag. Okay. Just gotta take it minute by minute. My heart's racing. My heart's racing. Oh god. Where am I? I don't know where I am. Where am I? Oh, okay. Wait, I'm up here. Okay, I need to go. Oh god. Oh my god. Alright, we're almost out, princess. Or sage, or whoever you are. Why is it lagging? Where am I? Oh, I have to go down. Oh my god. Like I'm playing a Ring Around the Rosie. Ah! The exit! I know, the anxiety. Wait a minute, please don't go this way. Wait. Wait a second. You're not a princess. What do you mean don't go that way? Didn't Zelda tell me? Oh. Oh, didn't do anything. Okay, maybe not. What, they want me to go to the boss room? It has to be the evil person. Zelda told me to watch out for people like you. Stranger dangers. Zelda has my back. Right, Zelda? Am I going the right way? I am. But I'm gonna die. I only have 2 hearts. Unless I have 3. Oh, God, too bright. Oh, that's why you do the thing. Weirdest first day ever. I know. Too bright. Whoa. I have a power glove, but whoa, he has lasers. Oh, God. What am I doing? Ah! Well, we could all see that coming. Ah! It shoots lasers out of its eyeballs. Hi, Whirly. It's good. I told you guys that girl wasn't a girl. She was a lizard. Duh. Oh my gosh. What is the lag? Told you guys. Never trust girls. We're all lizards on the inside. I think it's a lizard. I'm not hitting him. Maybe throw a bomb at him. Oh, hook shot. No. Ow. Did I do damage? No. Sorry. Ah! Hi, Geo! Link to the Past is a bomb diggity. It sure is, Bojack. If I had a nickel for every time a girl transformed to a hideous monster and shot lasers out of her eyes, I know, you'd be rich. Kiva, thank you for the 46 months! Hello! How are you? Thank you for the 46 months. It's incredible. Wayo! Are you having a good Monday? That's why you never see Kylie outside. This is true. In the light, we turn into our true forms. Lizards with lasers. Lizards with lasers. Hey, what the heck? I don't know how to do... You know what? I take it back. Give me my heart back. Okay, fine. I'm taking this one. I have to hit him in the light. That's it. I have to hit him in the light. Oh, aha. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That's the light. That's it. That's the trick. He doesn't like the light. He said, God, the light. But I can't hit him over there when he's in the dark. Oh, God, that was spicy. Okay, maybe I'm wrong. What? I did do damage. What? Those laser focus Pokemon music. Pokemon music. What about the other weapons in the light? My mirror? My lamp? Oh god. Don't mirror! I know, I'm don't worry. Don't worry, don't worry. I know how to use the laser. Oh my god, Josh, did you clip that? I love that. Thank you, hun. What happens when you trust girls? Mm-hmm. Okay, let me sit and think. Okay, we can't use the arrows. Arrows weren't doing any damage, and I can't mess. I didn't use the boomerang. I didn't use the hook shot. That didn't do anything. Bombs. I thought it would do something, but it didn't. Magic powder. Maybe. Fire. Ice. I tried doing it. One second. I don't think medallions work. I have a book. I don't think that's gonna do anything. Bug, no. Ocarina, no. Hammer, tried that, nothing happened. Lamp, don't think so. Obviously no mirror. So I'll use magic powder. The item that I got from this dungeon was a glove. Didn't work, okay. I'm thinking his head has to be in the light. Oh. Maybe it didn't even have to be in the light. You just have to hit his head. Oh. Well, that kind of makes sense. Oh, God. What? Whoa, whoa, whoa. You're naked. Oh, my God. What blasphemy is this? What is this? Ooh, I can reflect. Ooh, look at that. Darn it. Okay, I figured it out though. It's two-faced woman. Oh, yikes. Okay, we figured it out, chat. We figured it out. But I don't like the splitting of the head. It reminds me of that boss in the first Zelda game. The dragon, how it splits its heads and goes and just dances around and has a fun time. I wonder if I can kill the second head. I wonder if it's worth to kill a second head. Question we may never know. Hi, Andy. I know, all the fireballs and the lasers. I took probably unnecessary damage there, but in my head it was worth it. That wasn't worth it. Just kidding. Oh, I got stuck. This is probably the key. Oh! Did I kill the head? Okay, that's the key. I keep forgetting. Use the hold the sword down. I'm figuring it out, chat. That thing that comes on the screen makes my character so lag. It might be time to go score some potions. Might be. I'm gonna keep trying. I feel like I'm getting really close. Maybe I should try to get hearts that way. Okay, I can't kill it. Ah! Thank you so much, friend. Oh my god, I am just taking so much unnecessary damage. No! Oh, 2 heads now. Yeah, 2 heads. Okay. How many heads does this thing have? Darn it. Hi, I'm Fred. Thank you for the tier 2 the 44 months. Aw, you're so sweet. Thank you, hun. Thank you. You got this. Yeah, I mean, I'm doing better. Now that I need to hold down my thing. We got it. We got it. We're so close, chat. We're so close. I gotta get all of its heads to come out. Is my sword upgraded? I have the master sword. Oh, the blacksmith? No, we haven't found the blacksmith's buddy yet. Makes me sad. Oh, gosh darn it. I was kind of hoping I'd get another heart, but we got 2 there. Oh, darn. I prefer him coming and fighting me up here. I don't really like it when he's down here. Whoa. Man, I'm definitely gonna need to get a fairy or something. All right, let's go try to find a fairy somehow. Hope work was good today. It was. Okay. Let's see. I could get a red potion. Oh my gosh, this stupid thing. Forgot, there is one seller. Is it this guy? I don't think so. Oh, it is. Okay, perfect. We're just gonna buy 2 of these. Unless I can only buy 1. Maybe I can go back out and go back in. Perfect. Perfect! Hi, Guppy! Okay, we got 2 red potions. This is perfect. All right, let's do it again. No! Oh, gosh. The guy is such a jerk. Takes all my stuff. Also, wait, I have low health. Let's go heal. Is it cherry or strawberry flavored? Strawberry. I don't know if we have enough rupees. I have 696 rupees. I'm rich! Yes. I wonder if he means like the gossip shop. Is that like the inn? Does that mean the inn? Because I already knew that, but I just kind of found it that way. Okay, all right. We have full health, and we have 2 red potions. Just there. Hi, Yoshi. This game has a little bit of some challenge to it. I like this kind of challenge though. I much prefer this game. It looks like you're on the 4th dungeon. I am. I am. I'm trying to kill the boss right here. I finally figured out how to do damage. Oh. Ooh, can I just... Are you kidding me? Oh, darn it. Wow. Let's have that on just in case. Actually, just kidding. I'm gonna accidentally use it. Oops, wrong button. I'm getting stressed out. It's so hard. Why are these guys are so hard? Ah. I did it! Wow, that took a lot of hearts. Woo! Oh. So close there. That was risky. Woo! Yes! Yes! You know, it is sneaky. Like, why would the princess be locked up in a cage when it's clear she's in a diamond thing? Whatever. Link, because of you, I can escape from the clutches of the evil monsters. Thank you! As the wise men sealed the way to the dark world, the knights of Hyrule defended them from the attacks of evil monsters. I heard that the knights of Hyrule were nearly wiped out in that battle. You are perhaps the last one to carry on the bloodline of the knights. It is ironic that the last one in the line has the potential to become the hero of legend. Surely you can destroy Ganon. Surely! Thank you, Orca. First try. Yeah. Thank you, Mfred. It is true. That is true, Silent. May the way of the hero lead to the Triforce. Wow, we got 2 dungeons done. All right, that was 4. Okay, now we need to go to 5, which is all the way over there. It's a pretty stressful battle. Yeah, it was for me. Before I continue, I am now strong as heck, which makes me think now I can go to the blacksmith, because I'm pretty sure there was like giant big boulders in the way, and then now I can lift them. Yes, I was right. All right, let's go check the blacksmith. Oh, just kidding. It's abandoned. Well, that's not what I was expecting. Well, I was right. There was some boulders. Darn it. What are these things? What is this? Get out of my way. I'm gonna hit all of these. It probably does nothing, but I'm gonna do it. What does this do? Sorry, Mr. Chicken. These are cuckoos, but they're dead. Oh, it does do something. Oh, it's a piece of heart. It gave me a whole nother heart. Yay. I mean, I could use a little help, princess. Nope, only you. Yep, only you. Okay, well, this isn't the blacksmith I was hoping to see. But... Oh, ooh, what about the house above the blacksmith's house? I think I've been there. Here, I'm gonna... Is there something here? Sorry, I don't mean to hit you, chicken. But I'm curious. There's no path here? Okay. Darn it. There is a house above the blacksmith. Pretty sure I've been there because I had to hop down. Yeah, I don't think that's it. Have I gone to that house? I think I have. If I was a blacksmith, where'd I be, man? I would be in my house. That's why I would be in the blacksmith house. For shame. Okay, well, let's make our way to number 5. I think we need to go up and then right and then down in the water. Okay. Oh, hello. That's a chicken as no cow blasphemy. There's a chicken and no cow. What? There's tons of cows. I'm so spicy. I'm gonna double check. Hi, Crayon. Can I, oh God. Right, that place only had the shield. Right. Darn. Well, I was hoping to find the dude's little man. Oh well. I'll keep looking for him while I'm on my adventures. Oh. You know, we haven't been in here. Look, I haven't actually been in here. Oh. Can I move those? It's okay. I can move these. No, I'm back. Yes. I wonder what these things do. This has a Triforce on it. Fishy? I think not. Ooh, look at this. That looks suspicious as well, but I can't touch it. Apparently, I'm still not strong enough. Oh. Well, darn it. I was hoping this was gonna lead me to where I need to go. There is something over here. What's over here? Ooh, you know what? Maybe I have to, like, do the... Oh, what's this? Oh, there's a hole. And they're giving me a ton of bombs. Wonderful. Oh, that's so pretty. Yes! You know what? Maybe... Uh-oh. Oh, gosh. I wonder if the blacksmith dude is in the light world. And, like, I have to get to him another way. Possibly. Hi, Angaris. I know I found a piece of heart. Yay. Okay, we need to go down. Okay, let's keep going down. Out of the way. Move, I'm coming through. Move. Oh, that's... Oh, well, I technically didn't want to do that, but okay. Really didn't want to do that. Whee! Whee! Ow! What a cruel man. Sorry, you can't meld into walls like a certain other game. Link Between Worlds is gonna be so interesting and fun. I haven't played that game in so long. Oh man. Fairies are heaven. I sometimes forget I have a fairy on me. They are heaven. Okay, I forgot we can swim. So we can actually go in the water. Water! Ooh, what's this? Ooh. Ooh. Oh. Ooh, who's this? It's a hobo. He lives under the bridge? Who are you? Wake up. You see me? Oh, he got my bottle. Yo, Link, you see, he knows me. You seem to be in a heap of trouble, but this is all I can give you. I'll take it. Wow, it's another bottle. Give me more. Give me more. Give me more. Give me your tent. Give me your fire. Wow, I got an extra bottle! Is that what I need to do to get here? Okay, well. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Cool, cool, cool. Anything that looks suspicious, you gotta find what it is that makes it suspicious. Ew, Ark. Is it really? Next time, though, you'll see all the throwbacks. True. Very true. Ooh. Ooh, is this the ice dungeon? Ooh. Where is the entrance? Oh, wait, okay, you know what? Maybe we have to go to the other... Maybe we have to do something like the water dungeon. Ooh. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa! Aha! That's what you do? Oh god, what the heck? Whoa, 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 whoa! Whoa, he's not messing around! Aha. Link, the magic flames will protect you inside this icy dungeon. I always think I'm not strong enough to pick up these statues. Ah, fine. Am I gonna play Zelda again tomorrow? Yes. Yes, yes. I usually stream Sunday through Wednesday. Sunday, I usually start at like 12 p.m. Central Time, around noon. because I don't have work. But Monday through Wednesday, I have to do my job, and then I have to eat. So then I usually start around 7:30 p.m. Central Time, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Well, good night, Glitter. Thanks for hanging out. Kylie's getting so good at the game. Oh, stop. Stop. Whoa, what is this? This is ice. This is ice. Whoa, it's ice. Whee! A key. Whee! That's gonna be annoying, isn't it? Hi, Moo! I'm good. How are you? Uh-oh. What's that? Oh, it's a green one. The green booger. Let's go this way. Oh my god, are those penguins? Get out of here, penguins. Die! Yeah! Death to penguins! I found the compass before I found the map. Oh my... That's a big dungeon. Well, we're gonna be in here for a while. Yep, that's for sure. Oh, shut up, I know. Granted, I have a fairy, guys, so don't worry about me. More penguins. Don't worry. Hi, Youse. Oh, the penguins woke up and decided to be feisty. Oh no. They know I can't stand in the same spot for too long. Darn it. Gosh darn it. I need more fairies. How else do you fight? How else do you kill these things? Can you only fight with fire? Penguin ducks? They do look like penguin ducks. Wait, does that mean I have to go... Ah! I have to get magic to keep going? Huh. Okay, not fun, dude. Okay, so I gotta get some more... magic, then. Please tell me this is a fairy fountain. Maybe if I give it enough rupees, a fairy will spawn. Kind of like in Breath of the Wild. You know. Today I'll have big trouble. Oh, that's not good. And then the Penguin Nation attacked. Palace 5 is a whole mood in and of itself. Oh. I'm gonna go broke. How much money is this gonna take? A little luck? Okay. At least it's not bad luck. better make it double. I can't give them more. I can only give them 20. Or give it 20. Oh, I have good luck. Oh, okay. Heal me. Give me fairies. There's gotta be a fairy thing nearby somewhere, so I'm gonna go investigate before we can keep doing this dungeon. If I'm just ruining... Just use it. Oh. Oh, wow. She's, like, really pretty. More bombs or more arrows? I feel like more bombs. Wow! It is a fairy! I was right! It is like Breath of the Wild. You have to give them enough money and then they'll appear. Oh, typical fairies. Wow, she's big. Yeah, she's bigger than the other ones. Cool. Chat, bombs or arrows? I'm pretty sure bombs. I have a lot of arrows. I feel like I always just have 10 bombs. It's so annoying. Okay, bombs? Okay. I will increase your carrying ability so you can carry 15 bombs. Oh, 5 more. Okay. This is just a small happiness I can give to you. Heal me! Oh! Taking all of my money and you can't even heal me? Dumb. Alright. Well, we need to get some magic and healing. So I think there may be a fairy over here. I can't remember, but we're gonna see. I can't quite remember, so I'm gonna double check. I'm hoping I'm correct. Oh. I was right, chat. Oh, we'll be able to do this. Easy peasy. And it's not that far away, so good thing to keep in mind. Oh, thank you, Lord. Oh. Thanks, Malin. The song reminds you of Scott Pilgrim. Love Scott Pilgrim. Heal me. Yes. Yes, that's what the other lady should have done instead of just giving me 5 extra bombs to hold. Like, what is that nonsense? Oh, I can swim faster by pressing A? Ah! Oh, wait. She didn't give me magic. Oh, I have 3 bottles. Oh my god, thank you for reminding me. I also need to find magic. What drops magic? How do you get more magic? Babe, yeah, I can go in that dungeon till I have full magic. Unless there's something I'm missing. Can I buy magic? I mean, I can go to the potion shop. I was kind of hoping that they were gonna heal my magic, but I guess not. Wait, shouldn't I hold a bottle then? You can fill up your magic bar and fill up all your bottles. Wait, how do I fill up my magic bar? Just with the potion? It is Blitz. Those old school frame rates when a bunch is on screen. I know. My game lags. Okay, well we have 3 fairies and 3 bottles. Do I have to go get potion? Ow. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. What's in here? Have I been here? Oh, yeah. It's a grumpy guy. Give me magic. Yeah, it's a good idea, Ark. I mean, I guess I could always just use the fairy. Let's see. Take me away! There, let's go to the potion shop. And then I can just use a fairy. No, come here. No! Oh, God. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna keep 2 and then have 2 fairies. I think that's good. I think that's a good idea. Eight? Oh, here. What a very random spot. But okay. Alright, let's go back to the dungeon! Okay. Woo! You need something to last all 8 floors. I mean, we still have to explore. I have to get my exploring done, and then we'll... You know. Haha. We'll gotta explore around, and then we'll figure out what we gotta do. Okay, I don't have to kill those, so I'll keep going. There's a little green booger guy. Oh, there's 2 green booger guys. Oh, hello. Oh, he filled up my magic. Maybe because he's green. Oh, thank you, CBS. Thanks, guys. We don't have to go in here, so we do have to go in this room. I'm not a big fan. Okay. Ooh. Some big magic right there. Okay, okay. Okay, would rather not have that, but okay. Alright. Okay, let's go this way. Just kidding. Okay, hold on, where am I? Okay, okay. Well, there is a chest in here, and I can't get to it just yet. Oh gosh. Missing. Ooh, that ice can get really annoying. I can tell. Am I not a big fan of killer penguins? No. Indeed, I'm not. Okay. Let's see. Gotta be careful. Don't want to take any extra damage. Yeah. Okay, we can throw a bomb. Or can I just... No. But maybe we don't need to throw it. We just... Maybe. Okay, and then maybe... Ah! Yep! To the basement! Oh, thanks, James. Okay. Ooh, here we go. Oh. Whoa! Who are you? Oh. Oh, he don't... Oh, no, you don't. Magic attack! Fire! Well. You cannot destroy the Skeleton King with the sword alone. When he collapses, he is vulnerable to another weapon. Oh, hi, Mystic Meep. Hello. Thank you for the raid. Hi. Oh my god, your emotes are so adorable. Hello, Mystic. How is your stream? Everybody stop what you're doing real quick and pause and go follow Mystic Meep, who was playing Kingdom Hearts. Oh, I haven't played Kingdom Hearts in so long. How was your stream? Wait, before anybody leaves, I want to get to know Mystic Meep a little bit better, so I was hoping that people from the raid could say 3 characteristics about Mystic. 3 things that remind you of her so we can get to know her a little better. Oh, sorry, I was assuming your pronouns. It was a lot of fun. How are you doing? I'm doing great. We're playing A Link to the Past. For the past couple of days, we've been playing Link to the Past, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm on dungeon... What dungeon am I on? 6? 5? 5. I'm done dungeon 5 right now. So... Stop backseating tile. I love these little tiles. They tell me what I need to do. So I guess I need to fight the skeleton sword, or skeleton knight with a sword, and then another weapon. Maybe a bomb. I really need to play this game. I haven't played any of the old Legend of Zelda games. It's so much fun! And I actually, all I had to do is get Nintendo Online, which I already had. And then, you just play A Link to the Past on the SNES one. It's easy. It's so easy. But thank you again for the raid. That was so sweet. Caring, genuine, and passionate are my words that describe Mystic. Aww, radical. That's so sweet. Aw, thank you for answering. Thanks, Chair Force 1. This should be number 6. Oh, is it number 6? Okay. Alright, let me try to fight these guys. Oh. Oh. See, maybe I have to figure out what. Oh, it is a bomb. It's a bomb. That's it. That's it. That's it. Okay, I figured it out. Okay. All right, I can either go down or I keep going. I guess we should keep going. Meep loves pink, her baby kitties, aww, and giant doggo, and she is a sweet and awesome person. Aw, DJ, thank you for answering. You like cats too? Hee. Good thing you got bomb pockets. Is this true? Thank goodness we got the bomb upgrade. Whoa, what is, oh gosh. This isn't nice. Well, what are those ghosts? What are those? Oh gosh, oh. A key! This is what I need. Okay, what does this do? Ooh. Oh god. I'm so good at hitting the things I'm not supposed to be hitting. You used to have 20 kitties? Aw. Uh-oh. This is not good. Okay, so I have to hit the... I gotta make the thing yellow. Okay. Oh, ooh, look at that dodge. Oh. Don't ask about that, what that was. Oh gosh, is it gonna hit me from over here? Ah! Okay, we're good. Oh, it's a button. Okay. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. Oh god, I'm scared. I probably was safe, but... Oh gosh. Oh. Okay. What does this do? Oh, it just lets me go out. Oh, we're doing good. This one I think this is honestly the hardest one I've done so far. Maybe. I could be wrong. I like having magic in this one. It's so much nicer. Oh god. Just die. What are you doing? Okay, here. Okay. Yes! It gave me a whole thing of magic! I got the magic in me. Got the magic, baby. Oh, hi! Hello, sir. Nice to see you. As welcoming as ever. What am I supposed to do? That's terrifying. I'm not gonna go that way. Do I have to go that way? I ain't gonna go that way. Screw that. I'm gonna go back up. Where I'm safe. Just kidding. That is actually not safe. Fine. Well, let's see. Maybe I let him do his terrifying, "Wah, I'm gonna get you," but he doesn't get me. See? Ah ha ha. Aha. Aha. Ah, you thought I was gonna go that way, huh, punk? No. Hey, why isn't he moving anymore? Oh, hello, Specialist. Hello. Thank you for the raid. Welcome, guys. This game is easy. Maybe for you. Hello, Specialist. Hello. Is that a chocobo? Oh my god. In the Elmo. Hi. How are you? Heroes of Might and Magic 3. Ooh. I don't think I've ever played that game before. Well, welcome on in, Raiders. Hello. We are struggling in A Link to the Past tonight. There's a double raid. You're right. Why is it sparkly? Oh, is it just because it shows that it's like ice? Okay. Gonna go down here. Or I'm just kidding. What the heck? What? Oh, there we go. I'm like, what? How was your stream special? I always get a 30-second ad after rating. So inconvenient. I know, I'm sorry. I wish I could do something about it. I'm sorry, but hi guys. Hello. Welcome on in. We're just playing A Link to the Past. I've been doing this event. Let me stop that. I've been doing this event where I'm playing all the Legend of Zelda games. I am going to be playing all the Legend of Zelda games. I'm only on the third one. I've already played the very first Zelda, and I played Zelda 2, and then now we're on A Link to the Past. And, having fun so far. I like these. Ice levels are my favorite by and large. They're usually the prettiest. Ah! Well, that seems like a trap. Well, that's nice, but what is this? Why is this, like, broken? Yeah, that's what I get. Yeah, don't come out of your wall. Have you ever played the Minish Cap? I have not. There's actually so many games I have never played before. So we're experiencing them all. This looks like a fun puzzle, or maybe it's not. I don't know what. That doesn't seem very nice. What? Sorry for the constant beeping. You know, just for the heck of it, I might just use a fairy just because I'm gonna go insane. Okay. There we go. Is that better? Let's see. Can I, like, pick this up? I'm, like, mighty strong, man. Or Can I like, is it made out of ice? Can I like, nope, okay. Whoa, what's this place? Ooh, there's a bomb. It's the bomb. Bosky. Ooh, a key. I like this. When you have an area in mind, it's great. How do I get out? Probably a button or something. Oh god. Ah! Oh, I thought I was safe. Oh god. There is a button! Why did I do that? Run for it! Oh wait, there's a door over there. I didn't even see the door. Thanks. This is why I take so much damage. Unnecessary. This doesn't look fun. Okay, we're good. We're good. Creepy cockroach things. They are. They're like ghost roaches. Oh. Okay, I got 2 keys, guys. 2. Ooh. Aw, thanks, 111. For us. Ooh, so many places. This is like full of surprises, chat. Like, there's so many floors. This is insane. Oh, wait, they're all small, though. Oh. Gotcha. They're all, like, small. Whoa. Oh, God. Bye. The penguin looks so angry. Ah. Burn. Oh. I thought I was safe. Uh-oh, there's another one. Ah. Okay, where am I? Okay, there's a door over here. Oh god, almost touched. Ooh, what's this? Link, do not use all your magic powder if you do not possess the medicine of magic. Now, get ready to go into the depths of this dungeon. So basically, don't use all... what? The beeping is the Ice Temple theme song. Well, don't even, guys. I'm trying. This doesn't look very nice. It's okay, we have a fairy. Ah! Oh, man. What the heck? Well, this doesn't seem very fair. Maybe I can make an ice bridge. Hiya! Nope, okay. I thought maybe there was an invisible bridge. Thanks, Aki. You just finished this game for the first time? Did you enjoy it? Okay, let's, I have not Arc. I don't know what I'm doing. Well, I guess I can shoot him from afar, maybe? Can I shoot the babies? With the arrows? Oh. Don't ask. Don't ask. Don't ask. Oh, wait. Hook shot. Wait a second. Hook shot. I forgot. I can do hook shot. Their babies are everywhere. Can I boomerang them? Get out of here. Oh, it's so far away. What? Do you have to huddle around the ice? Do you have to? There's plenty of real estate going on. Can't you guys, like, float over? I swear to God. An arrow? I thought I did it. It didn't work. See? Darn it. RNG at its finest. Oh, there we go. Oh. I can hookshot them. Get out of here. Oh, finally. Get out of here. Haha! Success! Hold on, my thing's about to die. These look, spiky? Oh, God. I'm gonna be running for my life. Those things look very scary. Let's get my thing ready because I see this guy down here. He's looking at me. I'm looking at him. I knew I was gonna take damage. There's no going by with that. Yeah. Well, here's one area. Okay, wait, have I been here before? Is this the same? Pretty sure it's the same. Okay, look at here. Okay, we got a bomb. Oh, you... What? You jerk. Wow. Oh. I gotta get this. Yeah, we got it. Let's go back in, because I think I have to go that way. Yeah. Why do they do that? Why do they put fake areas just to waste your bombs and trick you? Is that why they do it? You found shoot wrong game. What, Nova? Oh, hello. Hello, sir. Lift with your knees. I like these guys. They're not as hard as you oh no. Oh, he dropped 4. Oh man, I am finding so much stuff. Like, what is the point of these things? Oh, what? It moved this time. His tongue does come out. Oh, it's a map. Would you look at that? His tongue. I've been trying to pick those things up for a while because I always think there's something underneath them, but there's not. It's just it wants to lick ya. Blah, blah, blah. Look at that! Haha, that's so crazy. Oh, look at it. Oh, I got the big key. Did I find the big key? I think I did find the one area. Ah! Ah! Dungeons has no funding for maintenance. Maintenance? Okay. Oh. There's the big chest. Okay. Alright, we're just gonna keep on going. Okay. Oh god. Okay. Do I have to? Gosh darn it, I have to. Fine. Okay, one down. Oh, look, they're all stuck. Ha 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 ha. Oh, ha 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 ha. Haha, I win. Do I want to go up there? I can't remember where I gotta go. No. Back through the dungeon we go. Back through the I don't know where I'm going we go. Oh, this is no. We go down. Okay, we're on B1 now. Where am I? Okay. Done. Okay, we gotta keep finding our path in life. And that's to go down. Only it could be that easy. Which one has... Was I in the right room? I guess I was. No, it's the one up here. Oh, darn it, I was gonna get out of there. Shoot. Here it is. We need to be in here. Excuse me. Going down. Here we go. Oh, what the heck? So that doesn't? Aw, darn. Ah, no more fairies. Yeah, no more fairies. Oh, my favorite room. My favorite room. Dan, thank you for the 37 months. Hello. The thing changes its trajectory, its path. Holy. Oh my god, I did it. How are you doing today, Dan? Thank you. This palace is gigantic. That was clutch. Thank you. Okay, I'm gonna just have to be really careful. in action. I made my cookies down here. So dumb. So dumb. Where am I? Right here. Alright. I don't ever remember dying that way, but it's been a long time since I've played this game. This game had to get harder at some point. It did. Though, still not as hard as Zelda 2, so it's okay. I ain't complaining. I ain't complaining. I ain't complaining, guys. However, I do need to go to the restroom, so hold on. Okay, let me get out of this. You can listen to the music. Alright, hold on. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. Oh my gosh, Hack, what the heck? Were you here? What? Oh my god, you clipped it. Chair takes over stream. I'm just going to have to be really careful. Oh man. Ooh, I love that little emote, Elliot. Oh, so cute. Immediate. Hey, it wasn't immediate, okay? That was me just getting scared of the red fireballs of death. I'm a ninja! Reminded me of GlitchCon when she did that, when they revealed Zed. Oh yeah! Oh yeah, good times. Good times. Okay, as much as I want to keep playing, guys, I'm probably gonna stop for tonight because I remembered I have jury duty tomorrow. So I gotta wake up really early and do that and stuff. So, hi Wheel, hi. You're in the same room as your BRB screen. Am I?